I don't know. Something was buzzing. I think my kitty cat heard it too. I think there's a fly in there. All right, so my audio got messed up a little bit. We're gonna install this thermostat. I moved into an older house that only had 4 wires in on the thermostat going up to the furnace. So I'll talk through most of it until the audio picks back up. I don't know how the audio did not get recorded, but I went ahead and ran 5 wire all the way up into the attic, and I'm going to show you how to actually hook up a thermostat if you're in an older house. And don't worry about this C bypass. That C bypass, I mean, they are trash. They would burn your house down. But anyways, without further ado, let's get to it. Again, non-sponsored video. I just like to have smart devices in my house, and this one is one of the major ones that I have to have. I'm in bed. It's too cold. I don't want to get out of bed. I want to, tell my Alexa to turn on the heat or whatever else. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's get this installed in this house. First thing you want to do is go ahead and take off the thermostat and look at your wires. Go ahead and grab a phone, your cell phone. Go ahead and take pictures and note where the stock one was. So right here, I went ahead and I bought a 25-foot roll of thermostat wire. I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description below, non-sponsored. But we're gonna go ahead and run this wire through the same hole on up to the furnace up in the attic is what we're gonna do right here. So go ahead and look and get the proper tools. So me, I needed a small flathead right here. So the little bitty flathead comes in and it takes off the wires. Again, I've already taken a picture at this point in time. Go ahead and take all these wires out. Go ahead and go disconnect your power source as well to the house. That's going to be the first thing. That's what I'm telling you right now. First thing right now, go to your breaker box and hit the power before you start messing with this so you don't pop anything or electrocute yourself. So go ahead and turn the power off. Go ahead and get this all removed. So now that you have it all removed, what you want to do is you want to take the end of your new cable and you want to wrap it around your old cable that's in the wall right now. I suggest to try to get somebody to help you to help feed it through the wall because it is going to be a little thicker where you put your electrical tape at. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it all in the wall. I'm going to go up in the attic. My wife is going to feed it back down to me or feed it through the wall to me as I'm up in the attic and I'm pulling the wire out, and I'm going to give myself plenty of room. I want to give myself an extra 2 foot up top and an extra foot down below. That way, if somebody else moves in, they have plenty and plenty of wire to mess with. But this right here is the easiest way. That way you're not worried about getting a wall drop or nothing else. This is the easiest way to bring it from the bottom to the top, depending on your house. I mean, if you're in a northern house and you're going to drop it from the top to the bottom into your basement to where your furnace is. So in the attic, it is a little dark. I do have a light here. Here's my furnace right here. And here's where my wire comes up right here. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and pull the wire up through here. And then I'm going to connect it in here. All right, try to get a little bit extra light up here. So what I did is I already pulled it up. So here's my new wire. And I can backtrack it to where I went ahead and I taped it. So here's where I taped it at right here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna untape it. I'm gonna get my wire trimmers, trim the wire back, take this off and get it hooked up and then go downstairs and cut it downstairs as well. All right, I'm gonna try to get in here pretty good. I know the lighting's kind of sucks right now. I do apologize, but I actually had a fuse in here on mine. So I go ahead and I pull the fuse out. But right here we have a constant, we have a red, we have the yellow, white, and green right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace them back. Now this here, I have gas. So in this furnace here, I already have a constant wire. I'm trying to get up in here so y'all can see. I already have a constant wire here and another hot wire. And this runs actually to the AC to kick it on. So whoever did this job on this house, and I'm no electrician, but whoever did this job here, they did a crappy job. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my new wire all hooked up, get this nasty wire out of here. If anything, I mean, I did this house diligence by doing this, but give me just 1 sec. Okay, and at this point, what you're going to do is you're just going to reverse it. So I already have it in, so you're just going to put everything back together and then go back downstairs, and then you got to get everything stripped on the wires and ran to your correct colors on your new thermostat. Okay, so now I'm at that hot attic, even though it's like 9 o'clock at night here in Texas. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave myself enough room here, and I mean I can tuck it in the wall, but I want to make sure that there's enough here. That way, for the next people who move in here, I don't know, something was buzzing. I think my kitty cat heard it too. I think there's a fly in there. But anyways, that way that when the next person that comes in, they have enough to, if they did something, there's plenty here. You want more than enough than not enough. So let me go ahead and get this place and actually get the thermostat all hooked up. All right, so now I got it all hooked up down here. Got the wire in there. I got all my yellow, my green, my blue, which is my constant, my red, and my white. So now I'm going to close this. I'm going to put the thermostat, and I'm going to turn the AC back on, and we're going to see if it works. All right, so it's been a couple of weeks. Whenever I plugged it up, it didn't want to come on. So like I said, mine has a fuse on it, and most of them are going to have fuses on the control board. Well, the first time I hooked it up, not realizing that I needed a fifth wire, I popped something inside the thermostat here. And going through and reading some more and figuring it out, it has a safety mechanism in here that if it pops, it's like 24 or 48 hours before it resets itself inside the thermostat. Very smart thermostat, right? So I did a bunch of research, and again, it's been like 2 weeks. So anyways, so I got it in here. I got the back plate on it now. Get it closer over here. So now I got the back plate on it, and it's all works now. So if I go, Alexa, set AC to 76.
Thermostat is set to 76.
Now she just said that she set to 76, and boom, it went to 76 automatic. That is what I want. I want, if I'm hot and I don't want to walk from one side of the house to this side of the house, not only that, there's other features in there that let you know how much energy you're using. I'll be right back. Let me get on the computer and finish talking on the computer. So yeah, so if I'm just lazy, or if I'm in here at the computer and I'm doing something and I don't want to get up, I mean, it's called laziness, right? A lot of these smart devices make us lazy, but at the same time, if it's wintertime, that's where the big one comes to. If it's wintertime or in the middle of the night and I'm just pouring sweat, I got real hot, I forgot to turn it on or whatever, I can just, talk to my Alexa and tell her to do whatever I need her to do. So, and that's why I like my smart devices. I mean, everything has these lights right here, they're this one right here and this one right here, I named them Crazy Light 1, Crazy Light 2. They're Edison bulbs. So, I mean, Alexa, turn Crazy Light 1 to green. And boom, she turns the green back here. So I like that feature of a smart home. And at the same time, it does become a pain in the butt because there's so many things you got to remember in groups here. Or if you move, for instance, whenever I move, if the Wi-Fi network is different, you got to delete these devices and then repair them. So it becomes a pain in the butt. But to me, a thermostat is almost a must, and my cameras are a must. And 2 lights in the bedroom are pretty much a must as well. That's just me. But all in all, from start to finish, to go into the attic, not having no experience, I do have, knowledge of just a self handyman, around the house or whatnot. But to have no like major electrical background or AC background or nothing, just read a couple of forums, or read up on the furnace that you have in your house like I did. I didn't just go to Reddit or whatever. I went to a forum, I looked up that one, and I seen it. It looked pretty easy. I hooked it up. I tried the C-wire bypass. That thing started smoking. Like I said in the beginning of the video, do not use the C-wire bypass. I don't care if it's by Honeywell, by Wise, whatever. They do not work. And that is what actually tripped this the first time, the actual thermostat. And again, after I sat there, because I'm like, all right, I'm going to warranty this out because I think I fried it. I'm going to warranty it out through Amazon. So as I'm trying to look things up, I was like, all right, since this has Wi-Fi in it, the fuse that's in the motherboard on the furnace was only a 3 amp. I'm like, okay, well, since it has Wi-Fi, it's going to use more power. So maybe it's tripping it. So I was going to actually put me a 10 to 15 amp fuse in there, right? Because I'm going to need more power to run the Wi-Fi. So that's what I did. I went, I reran everything. and then I put the fuse in there. Well, not realizing I didn't put that 15 amp in there. I actually want to put in the 3 amp, and boom, it came right back on. So that's when I went and read it actually has a safety feature in the thermostat. So, and it normally takes 24 to 48 hours for it to actually reset itself on the internal part of the thermostat for when it triggers something. That way it doesn't blow the thermostat or burn your house down. So all in all, run some new wire, 20 bucks, you know, the run wire. I already bought this. This was with me for a couple of years at my apartment. So I already had this. The apartment was easy. They already had a Honeywell there, 5 wire. Everything was identical. All I did was pull it off and put this one on, and it was so easy in my apartment. Here, a little different. So if you have an older house and you only have the 4 wires, if you can do it, I would re-get new wire, get the 18 gauge wire. It's a copper line. Again, I'll leave a link down below to the one that I bought. I'll leave a link to this thermostat. I really do like this thermostat. I'll link everything down below, but it is super easy. It's not overcomplicated. Make sure you're turning off your breaker box to your AC or to your thermostat. If anything, in your furnace, when you take it off, pull the fuse out. Once you pull the fuse out, there is no power. So go ahead and do that. Have somebody else help you. That way you're not just ripping through walls. Make sure when you put the 2 wires together, you're taping it. Don't put too much tape because then you're going to have a hard time pulling it through, you know. But make sure you're taping it strong enough where when you're pulling it through the wall, it don't come off and you lose one in the wall. You don't want to lose it in the wall because then you're going to either put a bigger hole in there, or you're going to have to get a wall drop tool to go into the wall and pull it out of the wall. But anyways, I'm Thomas with Tomology. It is that easy to install a smart thermometer in an older house. Go ahead and check out this video right here or right here. One of these two. There'll be a video up here. I think it's going to be right here. Let me look at my, yeah, the video will be right here. Check it out and see if this is worth your hard-earned money here in 2025.